Hi, welcome to HRN, Hands Racing Network. We're up here in Barberton, Ohio at Shreffler Tuning. Yes, we're not interviewing Brent. We're not interviewing a driver. Heck, we're not even interviewing a crew chief or a motor builder. We are going behind the scenes of a racer's wife. Hailey, what's up?
What's up?
How you been, girl?
Good.
So you've had some big things happen to you. Well, this year a little bit. We've had Carson.
Yeah.
Got a house now. You're getting a patio put on the back of it.
Yeah.
How are things going with that?
It needs to stop raining so we can get it poured.
Yeah, it does. How's little Carson doing?
He's good.
He's good?
5 months already.
5 months already.
Getting big.
Okay. Well, we figured we'd bring you something a little different. You know, a lot of people don't interview the wives or the girlfriends or the boyfriends to see what goes behind the scenes when a driver has a bad week or a driver has a good week, whatever. We're going to talk to Hailey about it. We're going to see how Brent acts here. So, all right. So, first question: what is it like being a driver's wife? Is it fun? Is it stressful? Walk me through the days of being Brent's wife.
I mean, it can be pretty stressful, but I mean, I feel like I keep him pretty grounded. I want him to race more than he himself wants to race. So, I mean, I'm a bigger fan than he is.
Okay.
Hopefully, maybe next year he'll be back in it. I'm trying to get him to build a car.
Okay, so you think that you think he'll get back into it?
I hope so. Yeah, I think he needs to.
Yeah.
Keeps him. He's super busy with dynaming and Carson and just work in general. But hopefully, well, you try to race for a championship. That can be super stressful. You're spending every single weekend throughout the week. Like, people do not understand. Like, they think, oh, he's just good. But honestly, the time that kid has spent in the garage since he's been 13, people don't understand that. Like, you get good from being in the garage and working on the cars, and he's grown up with these compacts. So knowledge doesn't come overnight. It literally is years and years of experience. And then when people ask for, help or advice, they want it for free all the time.
Right.
No, you're paying him for his experience, his experience in it, his knowledge, all the time he's put into it. And I just wish that goes really with any business though. Like, you're paying for years of knowledge, pretty much.
Right. No, absolutely.
So yeah, it can be pretty stressful, when you got people talking crap and
starting drama and whatever.
Yeah, drama's got to go. It's horrible.
It does. Drama kills the racetracks. I agree.
Yeah, they need to. People just need to grow up.
Yeah. Well, it's hard, It's a sport that creates that, but
And that's coming from me. I'm more Brent's usually pretty easy going. Oh, that's not. I can run my mouth sometimes, and he gets pretty mad. But I'm the more competitive one,
Yeah,
so.
we know that. We know that. I've seen you in action. All right. So question number 2. Come race day, when Brent is driving, do you have any duties as a wife to get things ready, like things at home, or are you at the shop helping him get ready, or both?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I make sure his race gear and batteries, all of his gears in the trailer. I help set tow. I mean, anything that he needs help with. I mean, I've gone to the parts store 5 minutes before we have to leave,
Or during the race.
If I've had to go get axles before. Just a bunch
You
of
had to
shit.
run and get parts for me too.
Yeah.
I remember times up at Barberton we had to send you out to get something.
Yeah, Eugene, Will, all
anybody.
of them.
Yep. All right, so question number 3. What is your part when it comes to Shreffler tuning? Do you help schedule appointments, or do you let Brent handle that? What do you do here?
I'm on the page with him, so I can see what people are talking about or whatever. But no, he does all the scheduling and everything. I pretty much his mail-in tunes he tunes them at home, and then he'll just lay them out on the floor, and he just sends me who they go to. It's either 1, 5, 10. I mean, I've sent out big boxes of them before,
Okay.
so I just kind of do the at-home stuff with the computers.
Right.
I take them.
Get them mailed out.
And everything. And
get them labeled and whatever you got to do.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as here at the garage, I mean, I'll come up and I don't really like help strap the cars down or anything like that. That's a pretty big deal to do, and I don't want to be responsible for that. I just, keep it clean, keep it, help him with anything, grabbing stuff, whatever.
Good. Next question, kind of a long question. Stay with us, folks, as I read this to you. It's a little long. As a racer's wife, what advice do you give other racers' wives / girlfriends when their husbands or boyfriends come home in a bad mood because the day didn't go as well at the track? Is there anything you can do to ease the tension, to help get over a situation easier, and to make sure the next day / week goes good for your family?
I mean, there's been times where, he's gotten smashed into the wall, and at that time, you're heated. You're mad, because drama.
Yeah.
That's when it starts, you know what I mean? Or previous weekends turn into someone going into the wall. Those weekends can be super frustrating. We don't really talk about it right after the race because he's mad. You know what I mean? I just let him do his thing. We try to get the car back together depending on how bad it is, to get it on the trailer and get home. And then we just kind of, he'll go home, he'll rewatch the, footage, GoPro, my video, whatever, videos he can find. The next morning is kind of when we're like, all right, how can we make it better? So we're not in that situation again. Just breakfast, take it easy, watch some more videos. Brent's, he's pretty like a patient person, but right after the races, when stuff like that happens, for other wives and girlfriends, you just gotta let them think them, did they do it? Is it someone else's fault? Just let them breathe, because I've gotten yelled at a couple of times when I've tried to ask questions, and so I've learned my lesson just to let them go on that night, and then the next day, I've made them breakfast, we just sit down, and then we just, sometimes we'll mess with the car on Sundays to try and fix it, or it's through the week after work, and you just try to. Most times it's Sunday, about noon. I'll be getting a phone call. Sometimes, sometimes, but there's been times where we've just let it go, and then he's like, I'm not even messing with it, and then by Thursday, Friday, he's, sending me to the parts store, or we're just in the garage, whether it's at Mom's, her old house, or at Eugene's, depending on the damage. Eugene does a pretty good job at.
If we gotta cut frames and pull frames out, we're at Eugene's.
Yeah, we're on Eugene's by that tree.
By the tree, yeah. But if it's cosmetic, it can get done at the Shreffler garage.
Yeah, for the most part,
All right, next question. Have you ever drove a race car, and what was your experience like, and what track did you hot lap or race at?
Yes, I have. I hot lapped Eugene's back in 18 or 19, I can't remember, one of those years. I think I ran 19 seconds or something. It wasn't good, Mom was on the freaking, by the pit stand there. She was like, Brent, tell her to slow down, and I wasn't even going fast at all. I was letting off freaking the flag stand,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I would love to do a Mom's, I know they had one at Night of Destruction, their Enduro.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to do one of those, but kind of on a bigger scale and really get people to show up for it. I think that would be, obviously do it safe-wise.
Like a powder puff.
Yeah, kind of. I know did they do one at maybe last year?
I think they did. I think they did a powder puff.
But I couldn't do it because I was pregnant.
I think Tana Gruel might have won that.
She won the previous, just a couple weekends ago. She won that Enduro.
The minivan one?
Yeah, I think she won.
That's
cool.
That's cool.
But yeah, I think it'd be cool to do one of those. I've never done one before, Just get some crappy cars, just, make it safe.
Just go have fun and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, because now that I have Carson, I feel like my outlook on it's a little different. And maybe that's why Brent's a little hesitant, because it can be dangerous. People have gotten hurt, but Brent literally doesn't race a car unless it's to his, top notch, And I think maybe that's why he's a little hesitant on me, doing an Enduro. He doesn't want me to get hurt. Sounds I could have died in a skip plate car.
I remember that.
I have done those, and I got lucky for my seatbelt not working and not being in that car. I got super lucky for that. But
yeah, you did.
an Enduro or something would be cool.
Yeah. And Brent's like that, you know. He isn't going to put himself, nor you, in a car.
Yeah, he's super protective.
Very super protective, and it also has to be good because, you know, the Shreffler name, you know, he's got to have the top of the line equipment, and he's got to make sure he's at least competitive with the car.
When we like first got together, you know, he was at Barberton a few times, and Midvale, he never like wore a Honda. I think it wasn't until he really started like with the touring like wars and stuff where they mandate, which I really wish every track mandated that stuff. But now he literally doesn't go anywhere without that Honda visor.
And that's good.
Yeah,
that's definitely good. Well, there it is, guys and girls. You heard the story about Hailey Shreffler. If any other wives or girlfriends see this video and they're interested in me coming down and interviewing them to see what their experience is like as a wife or as a girlfriend, give HRN Hands Racing Network a holler, or you can message me on my regular Facebook. My name is Chad Wise. There it is, folks. Don't forget to go to LuciusGraphics.com and get your HRN merchandise. Also, don't forget to get your favorite driver's merchandise. Hailey, can you tell the audience where can they get Shreffler gear? And when you guys start racing, will Brent have shirts? And where can they get those too?
Yeah, when we start racing, we'll for sure have shirts. We always do a shirt every year, but I think the Shreffler tuning's on Lucius Graphics.
Lucius Graphics, I think it is too.
And then if he does race next year and they're still doing that, we might ask them to throw ours up on there. But if not, just message me. I always make a post about t-shirts. So.
Well, there you go, folks. If you see the Shreffler gang at the racetrack and they're selling a merchandise, buy their merchandise. If you need your car tuned, give Brent Shreffler and Hailey Shreffler a call, and they'll get you scheduled. And hey, you might as well get one. What's the saying? You might as well get one or get beat by one, right?
Yeah, that's the saying.
There you go, folks. Until next time, when I see you at a racetrack, it will be the best time. Have a great day.
See ya.